Hello guys, Neopal Times here, welcome to a new video, and today I'm gonna be trying the Apple Watch Ultra with basically all the bands that I have. Okay, so if you've been following the channel for some time, you might have recognized that I actually have a fair amount of Apple Watch bands that I've kind of been buying over the years. And yeah, so now we have here the Apple Watch Ultra. This is of course the latest and greatest Apple Watch, and the great thing is that it's compatible with Apple Watch bands from previous Apple Watches as long as they are the bigger Apple Watch. So in the first three generations, the 42mm one, then the 44 and then the 45. If your band is from either of those, it's compatible with the Apple Watch Ultra. I'll be testing out all the bands and seeing how they look, because of course, even though they are compatible, some might look better, some might look worse, and given that this is the only style for the Apple Watch Ultra, so there's no different colors or anything available, some might look better than others. Also for reference, my wrist is 160 centimeters length, and I rock usually a size 4 of these loops. However, we'll talk about this type of band later. But yeah, if you're debating yourself on whether the Apple Watch Ultra is too big for you or not, I have actually a video on that here. But if trying out any of these bands might help you, then yeah, just for your reference. But yeah, without further ado, let's go. Okay, so we're of course gonna start with the included band, which in my case was the Alpine loop, or whatever it's called. And yeah, I got the orange one. It's a very nice band, however I found it's a bit hard to put on. But it's not horrible in terms of keeping your watch near your wrist, and it's very adjustable. You have plenty of places to put the band on. Also, I got the small band, even though it's 130mm to 160, even though my wrist is 106. The other one was 145 to 185, I think, the medium one. But yeah, I just thought this one would be better because my wrist is not that big anyway. So, and yeah, it's perfect, and I have plenty of more room to put the hook on. So yeah, I think the small one will be good if your wrist is small. Okay, so next we're gonna go with some sports bands, regular sports bands. This is the black one, and fun fact, this is actually the band that came with my original Apple Watch. And yeah, you can see how it looks. So yeah, the Apple Watch Ultra is pretty thick. And actually I sent these pictures to my mom, and she said that some of the bands look a bit ridiculous with such a big watch. But I think they still look good. So this black one, I would say, still looks good. Even though, yeah, it's a more of a silverish finish with the titanium and the orange accent. But yeah, black matches everything, so I think, yeah, the black one is still usable with the Apple Watch Ultra. Okay, so next is this Nike Sports Loop. That's actually the first separate band that I bought. And yeah, I think it looks good as well. With the blue, I think it matches well with the orange in the action button and the digital crown. And yeah, this one is very worn out, and it's very dark blue now, so it still looks good in my opinion. But yeah, let's go try another blue one. Okay, so next we have another regular sports band, and this one is blue. I think it was Surfer blue back when it came out, like actually 2-3 years ago now. So yeah, very different look, but I think it also matches, not gonna lie. Yeah, this might be a more boring video than I thought, but all bands seem to match very good. I think it also does a very good contrast with the orange. So yeah, that's your blue surfer band. Okay, so next we have another Nike sports band. This is the black, obsidian and white, I believe. Yeah, black and white basically. And yeah, this one looks good as well. Not really as good as the others. I guess this one is a bit more informal, just with the color contrast and the design itself. And actually this one is very new as well. Because it's the one that came with the Series 8 that I bought, and you can tell how there is a big gap in here, just because of that. Like, you didn't have that with the other bands. I can of course make it tighter, but I think this is the perfect tightness. But yeah, black and white, this one I think is my least favorite so far. Okay, next we have the white sports band. Now this white sports band of mine is a bit old, and in fact if I compare it to this one that should be the same white color, you can see how it's way off. It's like a bit greenish for some reason. But yeah, how does this look? I think it doesn't look too bad, honestly. Could be worse, I guess. But yeah, if it looks relatively bad, it's because it's not totally white. But yeah, I think it's decent. Okay, and now on to the last of the regular sports bands. Now with these sports bands, I'm noticing that I was usually with the Apple Watch Series 4, I was usually hole 4 or hole 3. Now here I'm hole 3 or hole 2. And that's of course because the case is bigger, so the overall diameter of the band around the wrist is bigger as well. But yeah, that will be a big problem when we get to the next bands, which are the solo loop ones. But yeah, so red and orange, this is probably my least favorite because I don't think red and orange contrast that good. I mean, it doesn't look horribly bad, but yeah, I think maybe even if you change this band, you know, this yellow circle in here, you can change it to any color. And I think if you put this one in red, it might look a bit better. But I still don't really like the contrast with the orange. Okay, so far so good. Everything was okay, but now is when the actual problems start. Because these are the solo loop bands, and as you know, these are not adjustable. You have to buy your right size right when you buy the band. And this was actually a bit tight on me. I wasn't wearing it lately just because, yeah, it was a bit tight. I felt a bit constrained in my wrist. And now it's like a bit loose, honestly. It's not horrible, but it's a bit loose. And it's of course because, yeah, so these were designed for a 44mm case, and this is a 49mm case. So it's still way bigger. You see, I can easily fit my finger in here. My advice is that if you're gonna get some new ones of these, you get one size smaller than you should. I don't know if they have updated the sizing guides for the Apple Watch Ultra, but if you don't, and if you size it, for example, for the 45mm Apple Watch, I would recommend getting one size smaller, honestly. Same happens with the yellow one, as you can see. It also was a bit constrained lately, but now it's even too loose, like, look at this. So yeah, that's not ideal. I've worn this one more than the green one, so it might be a bit looser even, but yeah, definitely not ideal. And I think the problem gets even worse with these, because yeah, these are a bit looser, so you can put it maybe further back, but that looks a bit ridiculous. So yeah, not ideal. These bands, as I said, if you're gonna get it, maybe get one size smaller than you should. But yeah, other than that, I really like how this band looks, because of course it has all the colors, including some orange I'm seeing here. So I think it matches really well with the action button. You can also try it with this watch face, and that looks pretty sick. Okay, so next we have the last of the solo loops, and this is the blue one. As well braided, as well you can see the same problem. Now this, right now it's September, it's relatively cold in the room I'm in. So in summer, everything tends to expand with the heat, so you might find that this looks a bit better in summer. But yeah, in the winter, not ideal, I would say. Yeah, same problem that I mentioned, not gonna repeat myself. But yeah, this was with the solo loops, and we have 2 more to go. Okay, so this is the Nike sports loop, I believe. This looks nice. This is probably the most comfortable because you can like adjust it right to your wrist. As you can see, it's very, very tight on my tiny wrist. Like, I don't have much more room for adjustment. But yeah, this is probably the one that looks a bit more ridiculous just because of how it is at the top. So it doesn't have this fillet to like go like this. It just is straight up. And yeah, that probably doesn't look the greatest, but other than that, super comfortable, and really like how it looks. Also being black, it matches the orange very well. But yeah, Nike sports loop. Okay, so last but not least, we have the Milanese loop. And yeah, a special thing to take into account with this loop, this band, is when you're putting it on, because the Ultra is so big, what you normally do is you get one side in, then the other. This one is not very flexible sideways, so what you will probably have to do is get one in halfway, then get the other one halfway, and then push both in. So yeah, that's to take into account with this one. And what I was most worried about with this one is how it looks on the interface, so to say. So yeah, when the band matches the watch itself, and it doesn't look too bad. I think it's not a horrible contrast, the black with this one. It was a way worse contrast with the Apple Watch Series 8 in midnight, and that's what I was worried about. But yeah, this is gonna be the video. This is all the bands that I own. I don't own anymore. I think 13 is enough for now. But yeah, we'll see what Apple releases. I might end up getting some more. Even the trail loop maybe for the Apple Watch Ultra I might still get. But yeah, now let's go ahead and finish the video. Okay, so as you saw, these are all my bands. Yeah, I have a lot of bands. as I said, some look better, some look worse. I don't really love how the red one looks because of the orange of the action button and the crown. Yeah, it looks kind of weird. All the others, most of them look okay, I think. I also take into account that with the solo loop ones. If you have many solo loop bands, maybe they might not be as tight on your wrist. But yeah, if you're buying new ones, maybe just buy it from a size smaller. But yeah, this is gonna be everything for today's video. If you liked it, please thumbs up. And if you like Apple content in general, subscribe. I have a bunch of videos coming from the Apple Watch Ultra, the Apple Watch Series 8, and even when not so many Apple releases are happening, I still have Apple videos coming. So if you like Apple and like to watch Apple videos, subscribe. Also, if you have Twitter, I recommend you follow me there at New Apple Times, because that's where I put all my thoughts and everything. And if you have Instagram, you can also follow me there as well, New Apple Times. And then if you have Telegram, I have a channel there where I post every time I upload a new video, so that way you won't miss any the second they're uploaded. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions at all about the bands or the Apple Watch Ultra or whatever, leave them down below in the comments and I will do my best to answer. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.